Hi everyone, this is Jack Berberette, and I am with DOTS, the RPG project. What DOTS is a project to help open up the doors of RPGs or role-playing games for the visually impaired. As it stands, there's not a lot of materials out there, not a lot of gaming aids, character sheets, rule books, if any, other than maybe some Braille dice out there for visually impaired players. So what we hope to do is raise awareness for the need for visually impaired accessible games. So what we've done first, our very first project, what you're looking at here, this is called Braille Blaster. That's the name of the software. It's a free translation software application. And David Black wrote a fantastic RPG called The Black Hack. And it's a very short, probably about 20 or 30 page booklet. Of course, when it's translated into Braille and the things that we've added in, it's about 80 pages, on the Braille side. But I thought I'd show you a little bit of the background of it and what's going on and how we go about these types of things. So what you're looking at is the Braille Blaster software application here. You can see the different things. It looks very similar to Word. You've got, bolding and different types of things that you can do. Well, what I did was I took the text from the Black Hack and I twisted some of them, kind of some of the wording. I've also added a few things because we're going to have brand new players using the game. And I've also had to go back and reformat some of the tables and things like that so that they would come across properly in Braille. But just to kind of give you an idea, I'll show you, if you're looking at, whoops, see, I need to put a space there, so let me edit that. All right, so what you have here is all the text from the game is on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side is the Braille translation, and it breaks it into the pages, so it shows you exactly what will print out. So that allows us to format the, the pages so that we can not have like crazy cutoffs and things like that. But just to kind of give you an idea, you can see here, here's the Black Hack. All right, you can see those words there. Well, actually, let's take a look at that. Let's look at this one here, converted. This is what's really cool about Braille. I'm learning grade level 2, which is contractions, where they have, like one symbol can stand for several letters. And I'm not very good at that yet, but I'm learning. I've learned grade 1 pretty well, and I can see the letters. But let's take a look. So if you go over here and take this word converted here, and you look over here on this side, this is actually the word. You can see what we have here. This symbol here is C-O-N. This one is V. This is E-R. That's T, and this is E-D. So when you put this together, you have converted. And then this is the letter T-O. And then these three symbols right there, that makes up the entire word Braille. So you can see that it's a lot to learn, but it's a really cool code. So anyway, I just wanted to show you that, to show you what was going on here. So with this, what we've done is I've added a few things here, maybe some information about the DOTS project, where you can find us. What is the dot hack is what I'm calling this. And really all this is a translation with a few add-ons of the Black Hack. But I thought the dot hack would be kind of a cool name for it. But I want to make sure that everybody understands this is David Black's game. It's open gaming license. He's given me permission to do it, but just wanted to show you. So I had to add in a role-playing, what is a role-playing game section, because we're going to have a lot of new people playing. And then you can see here we've got information about the dice, because that's different. A lot of players haven't ever seen these or felt these types of dice before. And one of the things that we're doing is I have a buddy that's starting up a new company. He's going to be mass printing or producing Braille dice. And to roll a D20, what we're going to do is roll a D6 and a D10. On an even number, the D10's value is 11 through 20. On an odd number, the D10 value is 1 through 10. That saves us from having to make a softball-sized D20. And all of that's described in here. So as you can see, what we've done is we go through and we look at the, here's the core mechanics, and then you can look over here and see what it's going to look like in Braille. It's really quite cool. It's fascinating. I just want people to jump out there and really take a look at Braille and see if there's some things that you can do with it to really open this up for the visually impaired community. Because right now, nothing is being developed for them really on the role-playing game side. Now I know that there's some applications out there, some phone apps and things like that. But what we really want is we want to be able to allow visually impaired gamers to sit at a table alongside sighted players and have them play with complete independence. How awesome would it be if everybody sitting around the table and you have this book printed in regular print and you have it in Braille, and everybody's flipping through the books, looking at spells, doing the things they want to do. And the visually impaired player at the table, or players at the table, or maybe it's an entire group of visually impaired players, can play without having to rely on their sighted friends to read them the books or to tell them what's on their character sheet, to do these types of things. So that's what this project is for. This is our very first attempt at making a Braille book. What I have to do now is figure out where the heck I'm going to get this thing printed out at. I'm going to get 4 or 5 copies made and send them out to some blind players so they can give me some feedback on this. Maybe, are there things that we need to do that's different, or do things differently to make it more accessible? So this is a very basic game. It's classic old school role-playing game from the 70s, but with a really simplified system. It's fantastic. And you can just see, like, this. Here's the magic user, the conjurer. This is different classes. They have spell level slots, spell casting. It's a little bit different than Fancy and Magic in that you still have spell slots, but you have the chance of retaining your spells if you test properly. And then you can see that these are the typical normal spells that you would find for divine casting and arcane. But again, my name is Jack Berberette, and I'm with the Dots Project, and we would love to have your input, love to have your feedback, and love to have you participate in this project. You can go to dotsrpg.com, or you can go to Facebook and look up Dots RPG. We have a Facebook group there, and I encourage you to please join. If you have visually impaired friends, or maybe people that are visually impaired teachers or parents who want to get involved, whatever, please help us spread the word. And let's go ahead and make this thing happen for our blind community out there, and let's get them gaming. All right, take care, and you have a great night.